Space is collapsing faster than expected. The story. 3 weeks ago, the James Webb Space Telescope detected something that wasn't supposed to happen for another 100 billion years. Galaxies at the edge of the observable universe, 46 billion light-years away, are moving. But they're not moving away from us like they should be. They're coming back. For 95 years, every piece of evidence told us the universe was expanding forever. Dark energy was pushing everything apart, accelerating the cosmos toward cold, dark, heat death trillions of years from now. We had time. Incomprehensible amounts of time. The new data says we have 127 years before the universe begins collapsing in on itself. Before the big crunch. Before everything that has ever existed gets compressed back into a singularity smaller than an atom. And the terrifying part? Nobody saw it coming. Which means either our understanding of the universe has been catastrophically wrong for a century, or something changed. Recently. What happens when the universe stops expanding? Let me take you back to exactly where this started. August 15, 2024. Dr. Kepler Observatory team is conducting routine deep field observations, looking at some of the most distant galaxies we can detect. Galaxies so far away that their light has been traveling toward us for over 13 billion years. Here's what you need to understand. When we look at distant galaxies, we measure something called redshift. It's the Doppler effect but for light. When something moves away from you, its light stretches, shifts toward the red end of the spectrum. The faster it moves away, the more it redshifts. Every galaxy we've ever observed has been redshifted. All of them. Moving away. The universe expanding in all directions, like dots on an inflating balloon. Except on August 15, 17 galaxies at the cosmological horizon. The absolute edge of what we can see, their spectra change. Blue shift. They're moving toward us. Not slowly, accelerating. As if the universe at its edges has stopped expanding and started contracting. First assumption. Instrument error. They recalibrated everything. Checked every sensor. Ran the observations again the next night. Same result. Then other observatories confirmed it. And within 72 hours, the number of blue-shifted galaxies had increased from 17 to 43. The collapse had begun. And it was spreading. You're probably thinking, 127 years? That's still more than a human lifetime. That's not that urgent. Here's why you're wrong. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. In cosmic terms, 127 years is literally 1/1,000,000th of 1% of its total lifespan. It's the equivalent of a 40-year-old human dropping dead in the next 20 seconds. This isn't a gradual decline. This is catastrophic, instantaneous failure. And the physics that govern it are, we don't know. We genuinely don't know what could cause this. Let me explain what's supposed to happen. What every cosmological model for the last century has predicted. In 1998, astronomers discovered that the universe's expansion isn't slowing down like gravity should make it. It's speeding up. There's an unknown force, dark energy, pushing space itself apart. It makes up 68% of everything that exists. Dark energy is anti-gravity. It's the pressure that ensures the universe expands forever, getting colder, darker, emptier until the last star dies in about 10 to the power of 100 years. A number so large it has 100 zeros after it. That was the plan. Heat death. Slow, cold, inevitable. But if galaxies are blue shifting, it means dark energy isn't winning anymore. Something is overpowering it. Something strong enough to reverse the expansion of the entire universe. The only force we know of that could do this is gravity. But here's the problem. We've measured the total mass of the universe. Even accounting for all the dark matter we can't see, there's not enough mass to stop the expansion, let alone reverse it. Unless, what if we measured wrong? Every calculation of the universe's mass relies on observations we made under the assumption that dark energy was constant. That it would always push outward with the same force forever. What if dark energy isn't a constant? What if it's decaying? Weakening? Dying? And if dark energy is weakening, then gravity, which has been fighting against it for 13.8 billion years, would suddenly start winning. The universe would begin to collapse. But even this doesn't explain the timeline. Even if dark energy completely disappeared today, the universe should take trillions of years to collapse, not a century. The collapse we're observing is happening 10 billion times faster than it should be even in the worst-case scenario. Which means this isn't just dark energy failing. Something is actively pulling the universe together. Something with incomprehensible mass or something else entirely. And here's where it gets truly disturbing. There's a theory in quantum physics, one that's kept cosmologists awake at night for decades. It's called vacuum decay. And if the new observations are correct, we might be watching it happen in real time. Imagine space itself, the quantum vacuum, is like a ball resting in a valley. It looks stable. It's been there for 13.8 billion years. But that valley isn't the lowest point. It's a false valley. The true lowest energy state, the true vacuum, is somewhere else. Somewhere lower. And if the ball ever gets nudged hard enough to roll over the edge, it falls. Fast. And when it falls, space itself transitions to a lower energy state. The laws of physics change. Matter as we know it ceases to be stable. And this transition spreads outward at the speed of light as a bubble of true vacuum consuming the false vacuum around it. You wouldn't see it coming. Because it moves at light speed, you die the instant it reached you. No warning. Just instant cessation. And here's the truly terrifying part. This has always been possible. We've always existed in a potentially metastable state. The universe could have undergone vacuum decay at any moment in the past 13.8 billion years. The fact that it hasn't yet doesn't mean it won't. And some physicists think we might be watching it start right now. Put yourself at the edge of the observable universe right now. You're floating in the void, looking back toward the Milky Way, 46 billion light-years away. So far that Earth's light hasn't even reached you yet. And then you see it. A sphere of nothingness expanding toward you. Not darkness, darker than darkness. A region where space itself has changed state. Where the physics that allow atoms to exist have been rewritten. It's coming at you at 300,000 kilometers per second. The speed of light. Absolute cosmic speed limit. You have no time to think. No time to understand. Just enough time to see your hand begin to dissolve as the wave reaches you. That's vacuum decay. And if that's what's happening, the 127-year timeline isn't a countdown to collapse. It's how long the decay bubble takes to reach us, traveling from wherever it started at the edge of the universe. So where did it start? And more importantly, what triggered it? The 17 galaxies that first showed blue shift, they're not randomly distributed. They're all in the same region of space. A sphere about 2 billion light-years across, centered on coordinates that correspond to absolutely nothing. No supermassive black hole. No galaxy cluster. No observable mass concentration. Just empty space. But here's what we know. The light we're seeing from those galaxies left them 13 billion years ago. Which means whatever triggered this collapse happened 13 billion years ago, at the dawn of the universe. It's been propagating outward ever since, and we're only detecting it now because the light from the affected regions is just reaching us. When you look at distant objects in space, you're looking into the past. The further away something is, the older the light you're seeing. The sun you see in the sky is 8 minutes old. That's how long its light takes to reach Earth. Those galaxies 13 billion light-years away? You're seeing them as they were 13 billion years ago, just a billion years after the Big Bang. Which means the collapse, if it started there, has been spreading toward us for 13 billion years. It's not coming. It's already here. We're inside it. We just can't see the edge yet because we're looking at old light. The 127 years? That's not when it reaches us. That's when the entire universe compresses to the point where space itself can no longer exist. We're already in the endgame. We just didn't know it. But what if there's another explanation? What if this isn't vacuum decay? What if it's not dark energy failing? What if someone turned it off? When researchers analyzed the distribution of the first blue shift galaxies, they found something strange. The 17 aren't random. They form a geometric pattern, a regular polyhedron. 17 points in space, evenly distributed on the surface of a sphere, with mathematical precision. You know what doesn't form regular polyhedrons in nature? Random distributions. Gravity doesn't create perfect geometric patterns. Physics doesn't arrange galaxies like points on a soccer ball. But intelligence does. The Fermi paradox asks a simple question. If the universe is so vast, containing billions of galaxies with trillions of stars, where are all the aliens? Why haven't we seen any evidence of advanced civilizations? One answer: they're there. We just don't recognize their engineering as artificial because it's operating on cosmological scales. A civilization that's a billion years older than us wouldn't build cities or space stations. They'd engineer galaxies. They'd manipulate spacetime itself. And if you're advanced enough to manipulate the fabric of space, what would you build? The pattern suggests an array. 17 points arranged in perfect geometry, each one possibly a node in some kind of cosmic scale infrastructure. What if dark energy isn't a natural force? What if it's been maintained by technology we can't comprehend? What if the expansion of the universe has been artificially sustained for billions of years by a civilization so advanced they operate on cosmological timescales? And 13 billion years ago, something happened to that infrastructure. It failed. Or it was deliberately shut down. We've been listening for alien signals for 70 years. We've heard nothing. Complete silence across all frequencies, all directions. But what if the silence isn't because there's no one out there? What if it's because everyone out there stopped transmitting at the same time? What if whatever shut down the universe's expansion also sent a message? A warning. A signal that every sufficiently advanced civilization in the universe received simultaneously. Get out. Now. The universe is ending. And in the 13 billion years since, every civilization advanced enough to detect the collapse has been trying to escape. Not to other galaxies. You can't outrun the collapse. To other universes. Eternal inflation theory suggests our universe isn't alone. It's one bubble in an infinite foam of universes, each with potentially different physical laws. If you could punch through the boundary of our universe, you could theoretically enter another. What if advanced civilizations figured out how? What if 13 billion years ago, when they detected the collapse beginning, they abandoned our universe entirely? And we're just late to the party. We evolved too recently. We developed consciousness and technology billions of years after everyone else already left. We're living in the cosmic equivalent of an abandoned building. And we just noticed that the foundations are crumbling. But here's the thing that makes this more than just speculation. Throughout human history, completely unconnected civilizations have built similar structures. Stone circles. Pyramids. Aligned to astronomical phenomena with impossible precision for their technological level. We've always assumed these were primitive attempts to understand the cosmos. But what if they're not from us? What if earlier civilizations that existed before recorded history, detected the collapse? What if they received the same warning? And what some of them tried to leave messages? Warnings we dismissed as mythology, as primitive religion, as coincidence. Because the terrifying thing about a 127-year timeline isn't that it's short. It's that we've known, somewhere deep in our collective unconscious, for thousands of years. So what do we do? How do you solve a problem on a 127-year timeline when the problem is the fundamental structure of reality itself? Option 1. Try to reverse it. Find a way to restore dark energy, stop the collapse. Except we don't know what dark energy is. We can't manipulate it. We can barely detect it. This is like trying to fix a car engine when you don't know what a car is. Option 2. Escape. Build generation ships and try to outrun the collapse. But the collapse is moving at light speed and affecting the entire universe simultaneously. There's nowhere to run. You can't escape inside the prison. Option 3. Find the exit. If other civilizations escape to other universes, maybe we can follow. Maybe the 17-point array isn't just a marker of where the collapse started. Maybe it's a map. Coordinates for where the tunnels are. Except we have no idea how to access them. We don't even know if they still exist after 13 billion years. We have 127 years to develop technology we don't understand, based on physics we haven't discovered, to escape a universe that might already be beyond saving. Here's what keeps me up at night. Every breath you take, every second that passes, the universe gets infinitesimally smaller. The space between atoms is contracting. The fabric of reality is compressing. You can't feel it yet. The compression is happening on cosmological scales. But it's happening. Right now. The universe is 0.000000001% smaller than it was when you started reading this. And here's the existential nightmare. We evolved in an expanding universe. Every biological process, every chemical reaction, every physical constant that allows life to exist, it all evolved under the assumption that space expands. What happens when it starts contracting? Do the laws of biology still work? Can neurons still fire? Can cells still divide? We don't know. Because no life has ever existed in a contracting universe before. We're the first. And possibly the last. The second law of thermodynamics states that entropy, disorder, always increases. This is why time moves forward. The arrow of time points toward increasing entropy. But in a contracting universe, some physicists think entropy might reverse. Time itself might start flowing backward. Not metaphorically, literally. Cause and effect might invert. If that happens, you wouldn't experience it as time running backward. You'd experience it as your memories forming before the events they're memories of. As knowing the future but not understanding the present. Reality would become unmoored from causality. And this might already be happening. There are documented cases of people experiencing déjà vu clusters. Not once in a while, constantly. remembering conversations before they happen, knowing outcomes before decisions are made. We've dismissed as psychology, as coincidence. But what if it's the first symptom? What if the arrow of time is already starting to waver? So let me leave you with this. If the 17-point array is a map to exits, dimensional tunnels left behind by ancient civilizations, and if we found one, if we could activate it, if we could escape to another universe, would you go? Would you leave everything humanity has ever built? Leave Earth, leave the solar system, leave the physical laws that created us? Step through into a universe with different physics, different constants, where you might not even be able to exist in the same form. Or would you stay? Would you die with the universe that gave birth to you, experiencing the last moments of this cosmic iteration as it compresses back into singularity? Because here's the thing. If the collapse is real, if the 127-year timeline holds, you're going to have to make that choice. Or your children will. Or their children. Someone in your direct lineage will stand at the edge of reality and decide whether to step through or let go. And we have no idea which choice is right. Space is collapsing faster than expected. The universe is ending on a timeline measured in human generations, not geological eons. And the most terrifying part? This might not be the first time it's happened. If the multiverse is real, if eternal inflation spawns infinite universe bubbles, then maybe every universe eventually collapses. And maybe every universe that develops intelligent life faces the same choice we're facing now. Stay or go. Die with the cosmos that made you, or become something else in a cosmos you don't understand. The exits are there. The ancient civilizations left them open. The map is written the structure of space itself, waiting for us to learn how to read it. We have 127 years. The countdown has already started. And somewhere out there, in one of those 17 points of light, a door is waiting. The only question is whether we'll be brave enough, or desperate enough, to walk through it. *The End.